Hello and welcome to the CAMS College webinar. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I think we've had the majority of people now join us, so we're going to get started. My name's Alex Kergrant and I lead the customer success business at CAMS, and I'm joined by Kathy today, our CAMS College expert, and we're going to go through a little bit of a presentation and then a demonstration of the solution. So to start with, some of the key items that we really want to cover off today is just your ability to ask us any questions throughout the presentation. You'll notice in your webinar program you have the ability to ask a question that you think might be relevant to the group, or just a private question if you'd like us to respond to you individually. So please feel free to use that function throughout the webinar. Okay, so the items that we're going to cover off today, just a little background on CAMS College and how it might benefit your organisation. We're going to talk a little bit about the materials that we've put together and hosted in CAMS College, and how as an individual you may be able to access the solution, and also the technical support that we can set up for you to ensure that when you invest in CAMS, you have access to the highest quality training materials and can ensure you get a good return on your investment. Okay, so this is CAMS College. So it's an e-learning platform. So some of you may have LMSs, etc. in your organisation. So CAMS College works in a similar way. It's an on-demand learning platform. Your staff are able to access the course material from their desktop if they happen to be in the office, or via a mobile device if it's staff that choose to work away from the office and complete their training courses in their own time. And we have both solution-based courses and also some specialist courses, and we'll talk a little bit more about them throughout today's presentation. Okay, just some benefits of CAMS College. So CAMS College is really designed to be accessed by all users of the solution. So whether it's a brand new customer who's looking to train their staff on CAMS College for the first time, those administrators that we have who are experts in our solution. It's also being used well for induction training for new staff that you might be bringing into your organisation. So it really can be tailored to ensure that the end user gets the benefit of the training material. Users can complete the courses as many times as they like. So if you've got somebody who would like to do the training courses a number of times, they really want to understand a particular aspect of the solution, they can complete that course as many times as they like. As we introduce new product features to the solution, we also make sure that the training is updated to reflect those. So the training's always up to date, and there's often new things appearing in the training catalogue. So for those of you who are interested in the solution, you'll find that it ensures that you're kept up to date with the latest and greatest that we release through the solutions. For those of you that have participated in classroom training, you'll notice that those classroom trainings can sometimes be quite long, and people are being required to sit for an extended period of time, and that's not always the best way for all individuals to learn new material. So this enables quick delivery of these lessons in a training environment that suits the individual and can help be reflective of different people's learning styles. We can have CAMS College up and running in your organisation in a matter of days. So it's not an extended implementation period. Once you decide that you're looking to secure access to the solution for your staff, Kathy and her team can work on getting access to you in a couple of days. The solution's very scalable, so you may elect to start with just a core group of your staff having access to CAMS College, and then over time you may look to extend that to all staff that are using the solution. So you'll notice when we talk about pricing later in the conversation, you only pay for the number of users that you need, so it's quite easy to scale it over time. Feedback we quite often get from our customers is how do we ensure that staff are trained in a consistent way throughout the organisation, particularly when you've got different staff conducting that training. So this really helps in ensuring that all staff are trained in the right way the first time, and the materials can be used to reinforce that training message. I mentioned before, only paying for the number of seats that you need. Really important in today's economic climate that we provide a training option for our customers that's very cost effective, and we can help them meet their own budget constraints. Hopefully you'll see when Kathy demonstrates the solution in a moment how easy it is to navigate. So you can rewind and watch part of the contents again, and it's got quite an intuitive user face. So for those that are IT experts and those that are not, I think you'll find the solution's quite easy for you to navigate through. And last but really importantly, a number of our customers have shared with us their sustainability drives that they're running within their organisation, trying to go paperless. So we think Camms College is a great addition for those organisations that are looking to push that sustainability mantra through their organisation. So the next thing that we wanted to cover off this morning was just the types of courses. So it's really important from our perspective that our customers not only understand how to use the solution, but also why to use the solution. What are the business outcomes that you can achieve from using Cam's solution? So we've tried to cater for customers who are interested in both what we call the press button training, so what button do I need to press to generate a particular outcome, as well as those customers who are really interested in what is best practice risk management, what is great strategic management. So you'll find throughout the courses, we not only tell you how to use the solutions, but also provide the why behind them. So what we're going to do now is just hand over to Kathy, and she's going to do a demonstration on Camms College, and then we'll return to look a little bit more detail into the implementation and pricing options.
Thank you, Alex. Now let's look at a short demonstration of Camms College. So once you've sent us the details and we've started implementing your Camms College accounts, you users will get a welcome email similar to the one that you can see on screen now. All they have to do is click on the click here to set password link, and they'll be taken to a screen where they can set their password. So once they set the password and confirm your password, you just hit the sign in button. Once you hit the sign in button, you're automatically logged into Camms College. Now, if you want to look at your coursework, let's look at what a student dashboard looks like. So now I'm logged in as a group analyst, and this is my student dashboard. Let's look at, for example, the Camms strategy solution. If we click on Start Course here, it'll take you to the course player. And you can see that the courses are structured fairly simple, and they go on a lesson basis. We start with a short video, a help video of how to use this course, which will walk you through your course navigator, how to navigate through the links, and also look at how you can use the controls. Now, for the purposes of this webinar, let's look at strategic planning with Camms strategy, for example.
Notice the link between high-level goals, the outcomes that you need to deliver those goals, the key strategies or directions that positively contribute to achieving said goals, and the links to those outcomes and their actions, projects, or deliverables. So within Camms strategy, these actions can be broken down to lower level tasks or subtasks. Now, if you're going to that level, you may consider linking to Camms project as well. This screen provides you the line of sight between achieving your vision, delivering your outputs, and allocating your resources. So the main thing here is to see if there's a logical connection between the high-level goals down to their actions or projects.
So as you can see here, we go quite into detail on a little bit of the concepts behind how Camms strategy is set up and why it's important to track your goals, outcomes, strategies, actions, and tasks. Now let's go back to the dashboard and let's look at the Camms risk solution. Let's look at risk registers.
This lesson will cover how we use the risk registers in Camms Risk. So each individual risk registers will list at the top of the page here. We have the strategic risk register, the operational risk register, and the project risk register. There's the option of also having an additional fourth register if required, and we also have the control register where all of the individual controls linked to risks will reside. The user is able to click on a particular cell and group.
So here, as you can see, we take you into detail on how to set up registers and the process of doing that in CAMS Risk. If we go back to the dashboard now, we can also show you conceptually why it's important to set up your risk register, which is where the Introduction to Risk Essential course comes into play. So if we click on Start Course here, let's look at, for example, similarly, the risk register here and see how conceptually it links in to CAMS Risk.
Let's talk about risk registers, and this slide is, I guess, outlining that there really is the good, the bad and the ugly that exist out there in organisations.
So let's just look a little bit at risk registers. Here, as you can see, I'm learning on the go. I'm clicking as I want and I'm going at my own pace. If I want to stop, all I have to do is hit the pause button, and if I want to play, all I have to do is hit the play button. So let's just look at a little bit of what we talk about in risk registers.
Risk registers can vary widely in the quality, consistency, around identification of risks, as we were talking about before, and the assessment of risks. So no matter how mature an organisation is, there can be issues within risk registers.
Let's just go back to the dashboard. Now, at the start of this demonstration, I remember telling you guys that I signed in as a group analyst. Now, some of you within the organisation might want group analyst access. If you have group analyst access, what happens is you get to see the back end where all of the progress reports are maintained. So when you have access to, as a group analyst, you will be able to see the progress reports for your organization. This will help you. You can export the details as a CSV, and you will be able to see how your staff are progressing on these courses. Now, let's just go back to the slide deck and look at how we can implement CAMS College. So CAMS College is a structured way for you to be up and running within about 2 business days. All we need from you are the assignee names, the email addresses of the staff who will be able to access CAMS College. You will also be given, as I mentioned before, group analyst access to monitor the progress of your staff training. Now, as Alex will tell you, we do also have unique custom course offerings, which will help you to customize your CAMS College training in your environment. Let's go. So some of you might be wondering, a lot of the screens look really generic. So how does that sort of fit into your environment? And here's where I think, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, the unique course offering comes into play.
Yeah, that's right, Kathy. So for some customers, the generic screens work absolutely fine. So they're using a lot of our standard terminology and recommendations around structure of the system. But we do have some customers who have some unique screen setups and use some particular terminology that's really important for their organisation. So there is the ability to customise those screens, and we can work with you on what that will look like, and we can also add your branding and logos, etc., to that customised material. So depending on your organisation, please feel free to talk to us as to whether the standard approach or a more customised approach might be right for you. We also just wanted to cover off some pricing and be transparent in terms of what that looks like. So there's just a scenario here that we were going to work through with you all. There's 2 really important questions that we'll ask you when we're determining the price for CAMS College. One is the number of users that you'll need for your organisation, and the other is which course materials you'll need. So is it just a CAM strategy focus that you're looking to do initially? Are you looking to do strategy and risk together? And also whether you're happy with the standard screens or whether you need something more customised. So we use that information and apply a matrix to determine the price for you. So Please be aware that the pricing that we're showing there includes the 2-day setup that Kathy mentioned. So there's nothing that sits on top of that price. So I would encourage you to work with your account manager or myself if you'd like some more information on pricing and how we come to that figure. And we are really keen to partner with organisations who are looking to roll this out both in small teams and throughout the organisation.
What will happen from here is a copy of the webinar recording will be shared with everyone who has subscribed today. And if you are interested in a 7-day trial of any of the course material, please reach out to me. My contact details will be provided with the webinar slides. So thank you very much for joining the webinar today. We really appreciate your participation and look forward to discussing CAMS College with you really soon. Thank you.